Chapter 1, Mishnah 3. The previous Mishnah stated that the residents of large towns read the Megillah on the 14th of Adar, and the residents of villages may read it on the previous day of assembly, Monday or Thursday. This Mishnah begins by defining the difference between a large town and a village. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. What is a large town? Any in which there are 10 idle men. If there is less than that number of idle men, it is a village. We learned in Mishnah 2 that when the date for reading the Megillah falls on a Shabbos, it is read before that Shabbos. The law is different in the case of some other mitzvahs that coincide with the Shabbos. In regarding these days for reading the Megillah, that the sages said that we do the mitzvah earlier and we do not do it later, that is, instead of reading the Megillah on Shabbos, we read it before Shabbos and not after. However, regarding the time of the wood offering of the Kohanim and the people, the fast of Tisha B'Av, the Chagigah offering, and the assembly, the opposite is true. We do it later, and we do not do it earlier. That is, when the time for performing any of these mitzvahs fall on a Shabbos, we do it after that Shabbos and not before. When the Megillah is read before the 14th of Adar, the day of the reading is subject to these laws. Even though the sages said that we do the mitzvah of reading the Megillah earlier and we do not do it later, on those earlier days, when the Megillah is read, we are allowed to hold eulogies and fasts and perform the mitzvah of giving gifts to the poor. The permission to read the Megillah on the day of assembly before the 14th applies only to certain villages, as Eitana now explains. Rabbi Yehuda said, when does this permission apply to a village? It applies only to a place whose residents enter the town on Monday and Thursday. But if it is a place whose residents do not enter the town on Monday or Thursday, they may not read the Megillah except in its proper time, the 14th of Adar.